Hello, my name is Blaine Drummond, and today I'm doing a Minecraft build showcase. This is a build I've done. It doesn't really have a name. The name of the world is Hidden Valley, the original ranch, of course. Not really, it's just a village, but it's in a valley, sort of. You might call it a canyon, or some sort of geography, I don't know what it is. But anyway, out here we have the usual. You have a lighthouse and a windmill and some farms over here. Lots of wheat. I kind of feel like maybe there should be more farms around here. Bigger farms, maybe up on those hills. I don't know. Maybe the build isn't finished. Maybe it's never finished. But anyway, we have a dam here, but then we'll get into the actual meat of the build, the Hidden Valley, the area itself. So this is something, this is probably my best build. I am very proud of this. I started this right back when 1.7 came out. I was just saying, amplified world type. Sweet, man. I'll go explore that. So I generated an amplified world and started checking it out. And I found this little area. Now, I saw it and I'm like, it would be a sin not to build here. So I started building here. Now, obviously, this has been terraformed quite a lot since I found it naturally. But you can kind of see why this was so instantly appealing to me, and it's just great. So anyway, what do we have in the town? Well, like I said, we have our windmill and lighthouse out there, and we have a little wall here to keep out invaders and whatnot. But down here, this is where our little huts are. We have a pond here, and we have these little houses. They are nice spruce and sandstone design. I usually use just sand, but part of the thing I was thinking when I was building this town, I just had a thought one day. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just woke up one day and I was in my Minecraft world, and all my walls are made out of sand and they just kind of fell out of the frame. That would suck. So they got sandstone instead. Maybe that's kind of stupid, because it's never gonna happen. But hey, you never know. Maybe God is a troll just like you and I. What if God was a troll of us? That's a song. I don't remember who sang it. But anyway, the town, we have these lovely little glitchy beds here because our texture pack is strange. And that's design subject to criticism. Anyway, down here, so I started out, I got this little area down here and just started building houses, laid down a path. We come over here, we have our beautiful, quaint little outdoor area with our little ponds and our little bridges, and it's just like a little fantasy world, isn't it? Little houses around, and getting glowstones hanging from the sky, ceiling. I don't know what you'd call that, overhang. I mean, it's technically incorrect, but it sounds so uninspiring, doesn't it? What else do we have here? Well, we have more houses over there. They're obviously not all the same size. I just built them like, well, this is going to fit, and that's not. So I made them as big as I could. We have a little waterfall area here. And you'll notice everything is terraced. There are no natural gradations. And part of that is because I just think it looks good to have terraced areas. Not terrorist. No one's exploding my town on my watch. But like terrace farms, that was lame. Anyway. Except for this little park up here where I have a giant tree. I like giant trees. They're so easy to build, they look good for almost no effort. You can throw together something like this in a few minutes. Knock, bam. Damn, man, it's pretty fly. Anyone tells you that anything worth doing requires effort, they've obviously never built a tree in Minecraft. But anyway, this park area is like the only place that isn't completely terraced. Because, parks, nature, that sort of thing. Yeah, no. But anyway, back down here, we'll come along our nice little gravel path. Texture pack I'm using, in case it is DokuCraft. This is the Fire UK version of DokuCraft. It's basically the creative version that the Fire UK server uses. I used to be able to download it, but I guess they must close their link, so I have an old, outdated version. We're probably going to start adding my own textures, but hey, who knows. But anyway, in the town. This is our sort of downtown area because the Houses are only 4 blocks apart. Hot damn. But again, our path just kind of comes back to here. And I really like this place because it was, I really wanted to do a build that I always just kind of flatten things out. I'm like, I'm going to make a big building here. This one I want to be like, I want it to conform to the terrain and be natural, hashtag organic. Am I right? It's freaking what all the architects are saying these days is organic. I don't want to live in an organic house. They rot and they smell bad. Coming down here, this is our farm area. You know, there was a farm out there. But when I built that, I was like, originally I was going to be like, you know, I want everything to be tucked away neatly in these little valleys I found. And so originally this is all the farm there was, and I'm like, you know what, I could use a windmill. I'm going to stick it out on that hill. I got more farmland. But we have these lovely wheat terrace farms. I've always wanted to go to the Philippines. They're supposed to have like the most amazing terrace farms in the world there. So that's a different subject though. Anyway, the rest of this little farming area, we have our watermelons. Watermelons, man, they just look good, you know. People like watermelons. It's just like, you know, I like eating watermelon. It's awesome. We have our mine entrance, even though no one in this town's ever gonna mine. I don't know why I put it there. I figured that was probably the thing, like, if I lived here in real life, what would I want? And I was like, maybe I'd go mining. Not really. Mining is a horrible job, you know. Anyone who mines, respect, man. That's brutal work. I mean, I had to dig out like the foundation of this house my grandpa bought, and it sucked. And it was just moving dirt around in a basement with no ventilation. That sucks. But you figure a mine's got to be even worse because there's coal dust or whatever you're mining. But anyway, in here, our little farmhouse. We have, you know, not much, but hey, simple living. And our barn. Now I like this barn because it has a loft. No barn is complete without a loft. In fact, the entire reason people build barns in the first place is to have a loft. And of course it has hay, because, you know, we don't want the animals to starve. Our chicken coop is back here. No, the thing, you know, I put fences and like, oh, it's a chicken coop, I'll just put the chickens inside. No, but they get out all the time, you know, fences don't work. Cows is what the cows are. You know, if you want an animal to stay, you have to put it in a hole, like an Edgar hole. If you watch the Rooster Teeth Minecraft Let's Plays, which are quite comical. But see, look, chicken. This is not the chicken coop. This is the cow area. But there are chickens down here, and there are sheep over there. I did sort of the same thing with the sheep. They have their little area with a hole in the ground, the little bridges and overhangs they can go through. And there are pigs back there, and you know, there's that. You can go over there. And more wheat. Little known, you know, I would not have eaten bread if I lived in the Middle Ages, because the millstones they used to grind it were stone, and little pieces of the stone would break off into the bread, and like it wouldn't be enough that you'd notice, but you'd be eating this stuff and it'd ruin your teeth. That's like one of my phobias, is like tooth damage. My dental health has to be perfect. It's my great fear is losing my teeth. It's kind of irrational because I, you know, brush twice a day, you know, all that. Anyway, up here, cliff houses. Now this is something that I just went all out on this build. You might think, oh, look, these little huts in the valley. Yes, but there are also these cliff houses. You know, pretty fly. Like, man, that is a swank cliff. I'm gonna build a house in it. So I have a lot of these. Probably not gonna show you all of them because, you know, they're pretty much all the same. This is our central sort of town hall-ish area, you can think of it. It has an entrance, a broken staircase. If we come upstairs, again, I was thinking if I lived in the Minecraft world, I'd want to be able to go to the Nether for, you know, trade, fast travel. And it's kind of part of the lore behind this build. There's lore, you know. This is where they make ranch dressing. That's lore. But I was like, you want materials, but you don't want the evil baddies of the Netherish hell coming back into your town. So they have a door. And come back here, and we also have security countermeasure that I stole from a multiplayer server with portals. Bars on the window. They put balls on his window, Mom. You best hope I didn't put bars on your window. And we're going to go upstairs. Now, this is really bad design, because, you know, like, public administration areas. And they link right into, you know, like, a dining area, I guess. And then, like, people's rooms. Like, people live here. But just downstairs is like where the hustle and bustle goes through, and like foot traffic has to go through these bottlenecked areas. But hey, that's why it's fictional, right? Am I right? Yeah, so I don't have to worry about those sort of things. We'll come up again. And we have a house here. Another cliff palace. Look at that. It's called the window. More rooms. No bed back here. Maybe they just sleep on the floor. That is the least favorite child. You know, Mama doesn't love you. Close that door. Kind of hard to do when you have your HUD off. Anyway, we'll come over here, and this is my bar. You know, no town is complete without alcohol and a place to drink it with other people so you can fight them. You know, like my dad had a friend, had a bull ring, got it torn out in a bar fight. Oh man, I can imagine that'd be so painful. So look over here. Okay, so this cliff palace is, oh, it's a pretty nice cliff palace. The cliff palace exists solely for the sake of having a better view from the bar. I was like sitting up here when I built the bar, and I was looking across. I'm like, you know, if there were some windows and like buildings over there, that'd look pretty sweet from the bar, right? You know, so I put that over there. You know, the Anasazi would be proud of my cliff palaces. Those are the cliff dwelling people, right? I think so. The Anasazi, it sounds right. And we have a secret. There we go. There's a lever back there. And, you know, a rendering error. The best kind. So look, these are like fridges. That one doesn't have a rendering error. But anyway, you can like walk back through these and be like, secret tunnel. It's like, buy the women and children time to escape. Is there no other way? We'll close that up again. Ride out with me. Anyway, moving on. Now, I could just go to the end of the hall, go upstairs again, and go back down the hall. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to fly straight up to here. These are our luxury apartments. You know, if Donald Trump lived in Minecraft, this is where he'd live. Because just, it's beautiful, Tracy. Look at that. Or is it Stacy? Sue me, I might be wrong. Who knows? Anyway, these are nice apartments, man. This is where I would live. Be like, y'all can go live in the frickin' huts on the ground. I'm gonna live in the frickin' luxury apartment. This one has a porch / yard. I don't know what you would call this. It's not a balcony. It's not a porch. It's not a yard. Balcardini. That actually sounds pretty cool. That's a word. Balcardini. I'm gonna put it in Urban Dictionary. But anyway, there are 4 like these, and over here there's a bathroom that's gonna have a chamber of secrets in it someday. You know, because no bathroom's complete without one. Chamber of secrets. What more is there, life stranger? And so we'll fly down over to our park area with our big tree again. This kind of tree is a big tree, unless it's in your yard, and it's an apple tree, because those are a lot of maintenance. So this is, you know, I started over there. That's actually like the back. This is the entrance to the town. This is how you get in. But I built it from that direction. And I think it just looks cool entering with the windmill that you can't see, you know. But anyway, this is how you actually get into the town. We have our railway here, because imagine, you know, trade, you know. People like to exchange a value for some reason. Probably because they don't care to learn how to do things for themselves besides like 1 or 2 things. So we trade instead. And we have more cliff palaces. This is actually, for the entrance, is a really quiet part of town. You know, no traffic. Probably because it's a single player world. That might explain it. We'll come down here. Look at this. This is a reservoir. And it's so beautiful because I'm lazy. So I put this stone brick in because it's easy to tell. So, like, break that. Look, there's stuff under there. Because I was like, I'm going to make an actual lake here. But when I put the water on it, like, that actually looks pretty good. Saves me a lot of effort just to leave it like that. So, hey. And there's a wall up here. You fly over here. And up. And, you know, you would go up into there. And get on the thing. And be able to look out of the city. Look at this. No, don't overshoot. Oh, look at this. Spruce trees, snow, mushrooms, and falling. Broken ankles. That's what you find over there. There's nothing but death in this place. And over here, I'm gonna have to turn my HUD back on. Look at this. 1 meter thick, 1 inch. What kind of, 1 meter thick, solid steel blast doors. You know, they can't just like go over the top. Blast doors, am I right? Who has 1 inch thick blast doors? That's a terrible idea. It's not gonna block anything, but you can close them. You know, what's the point of a door you can't close? That's called a hole in the wall, or a portal, or a door frame, or something like that. Is that really a door you can't close? What defines a door? What is close? What am the sky? Life's great questions. We're gonna come over here. This other cliff house. This is again great frickin' layout design. So it's like tiny path, insignificant, heading to some lone house. Wonderful little parky waterfall area. Everyone likes waterfalls. Everyone likes watermelons. Maybe people just like water, things that have water in them. Start with water, involve water. Look at this. Anyway, you come over this quaint little bridge, just like those two down there. It's so cute. And Cliff Palace. You know, like high traffic. You know, lots of people need to go through here. They all need to go on this tiny little path to get there. That is design, efficient design. And we have some coal texture over there. Again, this is a creative texture pack, not intended for survival. I use it to play survival anyway, because I don't like changing texture packs. It's a pain in the butt. Like, you know, Optifine. I love Optifine, but installing Optifine every time I switch between builds, because I go to different servers, it sucks. So, you know, I just kind of have like rendering errors and bugs all the time. Anyway, cliff houses, these aren't all filled out, you know. A lot of these are just kind of empty rooms. Eventually, you know, I keep telling myself for like the past couple months that I'm going to put rooms here. It's probably never going to happen. But it will come to the top, because the top, they actually have rooms. Starting on this floor. And, you know, we might as well check one of them out. You know, it's a cliff house room, just the same as all the others, but whatever. And come up here. And this is great. So more of this, like, wonderful bottleneck. You know, I'm such a hypocrite. I complain about my city's traffic engineers not doing their jobs because everything's bottlenecked and traffic sucks. And then I make crap like this. Look, okay, so another major thoroughfare you're going to see in a second. Come through there, up here. And this narrow little path leads up to... This looks important. What's up here? It's a citadel. It's a fortress monastery. So I was building that town down there, and I found this little place, this little cliff. It was actually pretty flat when I found it. I'm like, I need to build something here. And I lost control of myself and built an entirely new build on top of my other build and said, well, you know, these need to link together somehow. So the lore that I developed for this to make it work, you know, logically, was that this is like a fortress monastery, and I like Dublin. Anyway, I'm just getting so sidetracked here. Basically, the idea is you have like monks and stuff living down in the town, and then like the knights, the holy knights, Templar, or whatever they're going to be, Hospitaller, live in the fortress up here. And we have a weeping birch. Look at that. That's a pretty tree. Get it. Another big tree. 0 effort. Good looks. That's what I'm talking about. Waterfalls. Again, everyone likes it. You know, I think people just like things that start in the sky and come down. Because it looks, you know, mysterious. Because usually things start from the ground and go up. And as the Taoists tell us, what goes up must go down. I don't know. Has absolutely nothing to do with what I was talking about. But anyway, up here we have our little pond. This is the great thing about creative texture packs. Look at this. Now this is lapis lazuli ore, and vanilla looks like crap, but on this, it's like a nice little olive green tile. You know, I like it. And this is our fortress. So we're gonna walk in here. Look, that is the same stuff. That like faint grayish green with the white. It's a really great color. Anyway, you know, you have towers. This isn't entirely finished, because the war room, you can't fight in here, this is the war room, is unlit. But it's mostly done, you know. Oh look, a rendering error. Sometimes if you run into them, they go away. Sometimes if you ignore your problems, they go away. But we'll come up here to the tower and see what we have here. We have the mess hall. More rendering errors. I wonder if that's just... Looks like that entire chunk is just here. I'm going to fix this. This is going to bug me. There we go. That was easy to fix. So we'll come up again. And we have barracks. You know, for like the whole 10 knights that defend this entire freaking place, they can sleep. And then out here, well, first we have an empty room. It's the best kind of room, an empty room, because it has potential. It is undefined. It is limitless, you know? As soon as you start putting definitions and restrictions, you take its potential away. The top of the tower. Oh, and look at this. Now this is like the most obnoxiously neo-Gothic thing I've ever built, and it's fantastic. Look at that. If you don't like that building, you obviously have good taste in architecture. Just take that in. Just take it in. And look at this hideous light on top of this tower. Is there anything that's could be more wrong than that in this building? I don't think so, but I don't care to fix it because it's a lot of effort. But again, coming down this stairwell, inspired by Skyrim. Thank you, Skyrim. Because you know they always had like the drum towers in Skyrim, and there was like stairs on the outside, rooms on the inside. Like that's actually a pretty good design. I usually did it the other way around. This works better. So ramparts. You'd call these ramparts, I think. I mean, they're not really ramparts, but they're not anything else either. So, ramparts. We have our towers here because it's a fortress, and a fortress without towers it's like a car without wheels. You know, it's useless. Not actually, really. No, you can have plenty of fortresses without towers that are perfectly functional, like citadels, like the star-shaped ones you see in Civilization. No towers, very nice. This is a random, worthless yard. Mi Amigo Madzig is on Steam. I just had a notification pop up. This is a water elevator that leads up to our obnoxiously neo-Gothic building, and also leads into our courtyard. Now, there's a better way to enter this courtyard that's more scenic and professional. I'm going to ignore that because I'm not professional. Look at this. Okay, so you can just like walk out of your tower here and be like, courtyard, yes. If you come out here, if there actually were ever knights here, I imagine this is where they drill and stuff. Now, I'm trying to think of Arlie Jeremy's lines in Full Metal Jacket, you know, drill sergeant, you know, can't. But anyway, moving on. So, I said fortress monastery, right? Fortress monastery. Let's check out the monastery. Actually, you know what? I said citadel too, so let's get the citadel. Look at those mushrooms. That is what a creative texture pack does to you. And a rendering error. Let's crop up a lot. Oh, in this lake. Look at this lake. It's glorified pond, really. I made it. Yeah, there was just like a little river here, and I'm like, that's not good enough. That's not good enough! Slammed my axe into the table. So I dynamited it and filled it with water. But look at this citadel. Now that is a rendering error. And that's a citadel if I ever saw one. Look at that. Sexy beast sitting on top of the mountain. And look, there's the entrance with the solid 1 inch. I keep saying that. 1 meter thick solid steel blast doors. But anyway, I said we were going to check out our monastery. That's what we're going to do. I'll just drop down here and walk over here. Now, like this tower. This is actually, I totally ripped this off from one of my other builds. I'm like, why design something new when I could be lazy and rebuild something I've already done? Right? But I imagine if I had bells, this is where they would be. But we have a chapel. Again, when I was thinking silly thoughts about living in Minecraft, I'm like, I have a lot of religious friends, and if I wanted to keep them content so I could maintain my power over them, I'd have to provide some sort of chapel for them so they could worship. And this actually turned out really nice. I invited my friend Tyler over here. I had set up on a Let's Player server, and he promptly bombed it. So good thing I didn't save, right? This is a nice chapel, though. I like it. The birch wood. See, if I wasn't using Optifine, because I think this is the build that of Minecraft that I keep it installed on, just like use connected textures mod. It's an error, and it looks bad. It's like a rendering bug. Look at this. This is a beautiful chapel. And creative texture packs again. Like there's those nice tiles. Look at this. This is acacia wood. It's not that ugly orange crap. That, you know, logically it makes sense, but it still looks bad. Like, who's going to use that orange wood that, you know, Mojang put in here as a default acacia texture? Not me. I like this dark black. Just look at the contrast on that with the stone and the glowstone. It's beautiful. Anyways, moving on. Our chapel, and you know, monks, they have libraries. And rendering errors. Gosh, stop it. There we go. Problem solved. They have libraries. Look at this library. You can have just shelves and shelves of Bibles or their fictional equivalent. You know, and I'm not opposed to religion, really. You know, I'm not extremely religious myself. Not practicing religion anyway. You know, I'm faithful, but I don't go to church or anything. You know, if you don't like that, well, I'm sorry. Anyways, we have a yard out here, so you can like grab your Bible. You know, obviously there's going to be a lot more than just Bible in there. Grab your book, like lean against the wall, relax, shave your head, and read a book. That is the life, people. Look, we're going to go check that out in a second. Anyway, coming back in here, put your book back, and go about your daily duties. Over here, this is a really nice place. We're going to go over there real quick. And we're going to come along this little path back here. I actually had to like really manipulate the build because it was like one across. I'm like, there's no way anyone would ever build a path that tiny. So we have another little yard back here. This is great. So we have this, look at this. Okay, you got to check out this bridge. That is a swank bridge, if I say so myself. To lead to this area. In this area, kind of like that cliff palace, it just has no reason for existing besides that it makes the rest of the build look good. I was like, there needs to be some walls over there. So I built some walls over there and built a bridge over to them. And even though the monks are supposed to be living down in the valley, I made monks' quarters over here anyway. You know, redundancy, I guess. Maybe some of the monks stay up here because they don't like the others. They had the schism. So the Protestants stay in this part of the monastery, maybe. Who knows? And they grow produce because that's what monks do. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. You have to let me know in the comments. Anyway, moving on. There's just a little more to see here. I'm just going to fly over here because I can do that. Now, okay, over here. Another thing that has no purpose for existing besides it looks good. You know, Howard Rourke. That's the guy from the Fountainhead, right? Ayn Rand. Much hated author for some, you know. She's kind of crazy. Was. But anyway, Howard Rourke from the Fountainhead, he was like the architect guy. He didn't like aesthetic. He was like, make your building functional, make it accomplish what it's supposed to do, and call it good. Nah, sorry, Rourke. You know, I built this lovely little rope bridge. That's what it is. Don't argue. It's a rope bridge. Because I like rope bridges. It serves no purpose. It's redundant. It's impractical. It's dangerous. But it looks good. And that's what matters. Kids' looks are the most important thing in the world. Anyone who tells you anything different is ugly. I guarantee it. Ha, I'm just joking. Anyway, coming up here, you can see our that awesome tower over there. Look at that. But anyway, see, okay, so that rope bridge leads like up there and comes up there, and you know, you could just go up the staircase. That's not going to kill you. You know, if you're boring, and I'm not interested in talking to you anymore. We'll come up here and through this corridor, and we come out in our nice little yard. Another yard. It was like, I need a wall there. You know, when I had that like sweet panoramic view out in the valley, and I looked at it and was like, that's a citadel. I saw this hill and like, there needs to be a wall there. It is ruining the view. So I built a wall. I decided it needed to lead to something, so I also built this little thing up here. I was like, we're gonna check that out. That was a few minutes ago when I said that. And this is a really convoluted hallway and some more stairs. And we get up here, we have an observatory. That, you know, I actually think that is readily identifiable as an observatory, which is shocking because it's tiny. Monks have observatories. You know, it's the whole thing when like people are like, the church squashed technological advancement, and then the Jesuits and the monks are like, no, we didn't, we preserved it. You know, that argument goes either, you can make the argument either way. Look at this. Put your eye up to the button. The universe unfolds before me! And that's how you see the stars. That's an eyepiece. That's the greatest thing about Minecraft when you're like being creative. You're like, how can I make this do something it's not supposed to and work? So buttons for eyepieces, iron bars for telescope mount. You can tell it's a telescope, right? You know, in the context of the building, I think so. And my opinion is the one that matters. No one likes you. Coming back. Oh, look at this mini dam. That's pretty sweet. I don't want to go back down these stairs. It's a lot of effort. I can just fly down. Whew. Or I can run into a wall. That's an option. But look at this. You can see the floor. The floor? That's the ground. We'll come down here and land back on our cute little bridges again. Look at that. Anyway, we're gonna go explore one of the final parts of the build. There's a dam. Damn! That dam though. Because rendering errors. Would you stop that? Sorry. OCD. I don't know, is that OCD or is that just sanity? You know, not liking things to be broken. I think that's the latter. So, okay, anyway. Come over through here. Look at this. I have no idea why that's there, but I like it. Look at that. Isn't that hideous? It's so hideous. But I'm not going to fix it because I actually kind of like the rest of the building the way it is. You can come out on your wall. Look at your lighthouse. Look at your windmill with snow on it for some reason. And you know, actually, I think I might have copy and pasted that in with MC Edit. So maybe it was on a snow biome. I hate how that copies the biomes over. Dang it. Anyway, we're going to come up our dangerous staircase. Does not comply with Department of Health and Public Safety regulations. I'm sorry. And we're going to look at our dam. My friend Tyler likes dams. And I showed him this world. This is the guy who bombed my church. I don't know why I was doing favors for him. He was like, you could use a dam. I'm like, that's not a bad idea. So I built a dam. Isn't that beautiful? No, it's not really beautiful. It's kind of impressive, though. I like this dam. And there's more dam over there. Let's go check it out. We have this wonderful hallway cut into the side of the mountain in a way that is totally not natural, but looks natural. You know, that's the art lying, making something look real that's not. Unless you're like, I don't know, Van Gogh. Maybe he doesn't try and make things look real. He's like, it's fake, and I admit it. Anyway, look at this lovely, with the contrast of the sandstone and the stone and the supports and this glowstone. You know, I could have made this glowstone like follow a logical pattern that was actually correlated and communicated with the supports, but I didn't. Oh my god, did I really just say that? Communicated? I hate that. You know, art critics. You know, I like art. I'm an artistic person. I like to think so anyway. I'm probably not. I'm just a self-deceiving whore. You know, I make myself feel better. But anyway, I like to think I'm an artistic person, but that whole lingo is so annoying. Like, overlapping synchronated volumes communicating with the surrounding terrain. You hear it a lot, especially in architecture. Like, these critics, they take themselves so seriously. And then I did the same thing and was like, it doesn't communicate with the support struts. You know, I think that's most of the build. Actually, I think we're almost done. This is a long video. Dang. Oh, wait. You know, there's one other thing. So, I had a secret here, because I like secrets, you know. Lying to people, not telling them things they want to know, that's how I get my kicks. We forgot to show parts of the build, too. So, we're going to come over here, and then I'll show you the secrets, I promise. We're going to come up here, and this isn't really a secret, but it is kind of secluded. And they both start with S. We're going to come down here, and you're like, dude, if you were a teenager living in Minecraft, this is where you'd come to get laid, right? And get caught, because like all the adults are like, shh, dude, nothing hasn't been done by like 50 previous generations. So we're going to come back up here and look at more of our terrace farms that are actually terrace farms. There's a house over there, but I'm not going to bother going inside of it. You've seen houses before here. Well, look at this overview of this little valley. It's pretty. And just the way Look at the way the gravel communicates with the lamppost. Anyway, see, I did it ironically that time, so it's okay. I'm not a hypocrite anymore. Look at this, terrace farms. So, since I didn't show these earlier, look, now that is a terrace farm, you know, the Philippines. It's broken, but I don't care. I wouldn't be jealous. Philippines. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I want to go to the Philippines. They're supposed to be a pretty cool place. Anyways, so that's the part that I didn't show you. But down here, this pond back here. So again, I like secrets. I like lying to people. You know, deception, misery. That's my thing, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna build secrets. So I built this little secret room back here so that the really crafty teenagers can get laid too, without getting caught. And it was like a little room. My friend Tyler, when I showed him to him, you know, he got done bombing my church, and he's like, you know, this is a really crappy secret. I'm like, that's right. So I lost control. You know, like the reason that citadel, like that one right there that you're looking at, that citadel, the reason that exists is because I lost control. Same thing here. Like first it was a water temple. I'm like, it's not good enough. It's gonna lead to something. And pigs. It leads to pigs. But look at this. This is a secret. Oh yes. I talked about my chamber of secrets. There's a bat. That's a bat. This is a chamber of secrets if ever I saw one. Look at this. It even looks like the set from the Harry Potter movie. Now that is swank and dank. Dank. That may be completely the wrong way to use that word. I have no idea. Anyway, come back in here. Now this. Pipes. Because all your dreams are pipe dreams. There are more secrets in here that are really hard to get into because I intentionally made them difficult, so I'm not going to look at them. But the fact this exists, you know, no one is ever going to see this. Except for you, obviously, because I'm showing it on a video. But it exists anyway. And I think this pipe here. See, all these sewer pipes eventually are going to lead to stuff all over my world because I'm trying to move all my builds onto one worlds because I hate, like, well, close this world up in this one. Wow, look at that. The frame rate makes you look like you're going backwards. I always wondered about that when I was watching movies as a kid. I was like, why do the wheels look like they're spinning backwards? And my dad was like, it's something to do with the camera. And I was like, what does that mean? It's like, why would the camera do that? And then when I was like 15, I was like, oh, it's because of the frame rate. Look at this. No one's ever going to see this. I could put this on a multiplayer server. People like, there's stuff down here. And I put so much effort into it anyway. Maybe I hate myself and like, work. Atone for your whatever sins. But look at this room. That's a pretty, you know, that's a build in itself, this room, but it's just a secret. But the best part, if we fly up here, and the awkward staircase, look, it's just big. And then again up here, so that pipe earlier from the main part of the town leads to here, and this is so pretty. Look at this. There's supposed to be more tall grass here. My OCD is materials? Killing me. Okay, not kicking me. I need my hood back. Alright, so that's what this is supposed to look like. That's better. Look at that. It's pretty. And dum 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 dum. It's hidden in the dam. That's a secret. Look at that. One place to another. Anyways, that's this build, Hidden Valley, the original ranch. This is where they make ranch dressing. Now you know. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. If this works out, I'm going to be doing more Minecraft videos, more videos like this, and other builds. So if you like the video and you want to see more like it, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll keep putting up more. Thank you. Have a nice day.